What's going on, guys? Welcome to another one of BlackIron's battles. And today, got a Total War Warhammer 2 1 versus 1 quick battle for you. And I am leading the mighty Dark Elves. I've got this Dreadlord here on this black dragon, so he's causing terror. He's got armor piercing. He'll be able to do just a ton of damage, especially having the noxious breath. We've got 3 charges of that. We've got Foe Seeker. He's just overall, he's just going to be a super strong unit to bring. Besides that, you can see over here on the flank, we do have some Cold One Knights. These Cold One Knights are super strong. They've got anti-large, armor piercing. And besides that, they've got shields, they've got 90 armor, they've got 42 weapon strength. So overall, they're just going to be super strong. Hopefully you'll see the theme of this army is kind of to bring armor piercing. We definitely want to be able to take out the big units that typically the Lizardmen bring, like those Carnosaurs, Stegodons, different stuff like that. You see, to that effect, we do have over here on the left these Black Guard of Nagaron. So they are awesome. Look at them charging in there. They're those elite halberd units. They've got a large armor piercing. And they're just overall, with the 2 of them on the flanks like that, we should be able to kind of contain anything that tries to get around the edges on us. We've got 3 groups of Dread Spears in the front here holding the line. And even though they are just cheap frontline infantry, they do have 40 melee defense. So they should be able to hold their own. And I kind of do have a lot of shields across. I've even got shields on these dark shards I got because I was thinking they may have some ranged units, but it doesn't look like they did bring any of those skinks or chameleons. So you know, we don't have to worry too much about the ranged units. We do have those dark shards, which also have armor piercing, and in the back here we've got the witch elves. So let's take a close up at those witch elves with their super buff stomachs. I mean, they've got 8 packs. They're just overall badasses. So we've got 2 groups of them. And what happens if you look here when we've got the witch elf, sorry, they've got the Madness of Cain. So they are able to cause any units they attack to kind of go rampaging into bloodlust. And against the Lizardmen, they already go rampage a lot, but you know, anything that can disrupt your opponent's you know, ability to use his troops is always a good idea for me. Besides that, we do have this Canine Assassin. He's a hybrid weapon specialist. He's got poison attacks, he's got tons of missile damage, tons of melee attack, and we're just going to use him to try to take out any heroes. Maybe you know, hopefully a skink or something like that we can. Here in the back, you'll see here we've got this Dark Sorceress. Now she's got I put her up here on a horse. You see she's just, oh man, that is just super cool. And besides that, oh sorry, even get it on here, we've also got Soul Stealer, we've got Blade Wind, we've got all sorts of stuff. We've got the Dark Star Cloak on there to increase the recharge rate, and just like all of the Dark Elf units, there is Murderous Prowess as well. So let's go ahead and pause it for 1 second here, and we'll go ahead and take a look at the Lizardmen unit. So you see here, he does have some skink cohort, and if we take a look from the side, he's got 3 groups of skink cohort on the left and 3 groups of skink cohort on the right. And so besides that, he's also got a front line of Saurus with shield. So these are actually really strong for their cost. They've got you know, 34 melee defense, they've got 60 armor, and against my my units, just the sheer number of them, they should be able to hold out for quite a while. My 3 units of spears are not going to cut through these very easily. Besides that, you look here in the front, they do have a group of temple guards, and they have put 3 chevrons into them. So they've got even more defense than typical. They've got 85 armor, and if you look at them, they just look so cool. Look at those like Aztec swords, and they'll be able to do a huge amount of damage, especially if he keeps them healed up by using this Bastildon with the Revivification Crystal. And you can see those skinks kind of on his back. That's pretty much the only ranged units he's got, so my shields will have to protect against those. But these units are just super hard to kill. It's really, they've got, you know, almost 6,000 health, and they've also got 140 armor, which is just a huge amount of reduction of damage. So even though they're big, they're able to stay alive for a while. Besides that, he's got the skink priest here. He's got the lore of beasts, and so you know, he should be able to. It looks like he can summon. Let's see, he's got the transformation of Kadon, so he can summon the Mana Core there. He's also got Cold-Blooded, which I think all the Lizardmen lords have. And then he's also got some, you know, he's also, looks like he's got Miscast around himself. He's got Wild Heart to improve his reserves. And so I think he's just going to be trying to get, you know, maybe 2 of those mana cores summoned, I guess. Besides that, here in the back, you'll see that he does have Kroq-Gar, and he's got him up on Grymloq. So that is just, I love the way he looks, and he's just going to be really hard to stop. Also, 6,500 health, 100 armor. He's got armor piercing, he's got terror, fear. I mean, he's all over the place. It looks like he's also got, yeah, let's see if I can keep him selected here. Got his, I don't know why I won't stay on. And I give up, but you see he's got a couple of spells down there. There we go. He's got Hand of the Gods, which that just got 2. He's got 2 shots with that, and it just a ton of damage. So overall, I mean, he's just good with Deadly Onslaught. I mean, all sorts of attack moves. He should be able just to take me out pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and just get this battle started, because I think it is kind of a long one. So right off the bat, you're going to see here, we're just starting to shoot in with those Dark Shards. And we do manage to get a Noxious Breath attack off, which knocks down the Skink Priest, but it doesn't do as much damage as I had hoped. So I'm just going to go ahead and charge in here. I've got Foe Seeker, and look at that. I mean, we just do a heavy hit. This Black Dragon on this Skink Priest, I just knew that that would, you know, even with, he's just got a ton of damage on him. So I'm just going to break him off. It looks like he's already routing. And we've also managed to get engaged right here with our front lines. So with our front lines, we do have our spears here fighting against these Saurus warriors. And you see that our spears are actually taking some pretty good damage. But overall, you know, we're not going to be able to hold up just to those sheer numbers of units. Besides that, you see these cohort have managed to get around the side, and they're actually trying to get in on the Dark Shards. They're going to try to keep these Dark Shards from firing in. And for me, I've got these Witch Elves. They're involved in here too. And it is just, oh, look at that Hand of the Gods come off and take out a bunch of those Dark Shards. But luckily for me, I mean, we've just got, this Bastiladon, we've got him rampaging. So with the Witch Elves there on top of him, even though he's got that huge amount of armor, we are actually taking him out just a little bit. Over here on the left, you'll see that the Saurus warriors have taken some good damage against most of our groups of Blackguard here. And so overall, it is not looking like a great start for me. I'm actually already down to 460 units, and he's only lost about 200 units. But we have managed to rout off that Skink Priest, and hopefully we can bring some of these units that are routing back off into the battle. We're still going to hold these Cold One Knights. I was kind of just holding them. I was kind of trying to get him to commit Kroq-Gar, and then I was going to bring them in. And so you see now they are finally going to charge in here from the flanks. And we do have these Saurus warriors, and we're going to cast whatever we can get. We've got an Assassin's Trophy on Kroq-Gar, and hopefully we're going to get this Dreadlord to be able to take out that unit as soon as possible. He has put Cold-Blooded on himself as well. So I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but Cold-Blooded for the Lizardmen reduces your defense and attack while it is giving you healing. So you definitely don't want to be using it in a battle of the Titans like this. And he's bringing in a ton of units to save himself. Now that he's realized, I think, how much damage he was taking, this Dreadlord is just after him. We're just hopefully going to try to take Kroq-Gar out. And you see that Skink Priest is also off the field. So we are actually doing major damage to his leadership. But if we take a look from above, you'll see here, we've got a ton of our units that have routed off the field. Lucky for us, we've got these Blackguard of Nagaron here. They're able to hold on. And our Cold One Knights, they're actually still at full health. So he's really going to have a hard time dealing with this Lord up on the Black Dragon there. He'll have a hard time. It looks like taking out this Canine Assassin. And you see here, but he is surrounded. That is just a cool battle going on there. The Canine Assassin is just surrounded by skinks. He's surrounded by the Bastiladon. He's getting attacked from all sides, and he is still holding on. That high defense that he's got, and it's going to hold on, keep him alive for a little bit longer. I cannot say the same thing for this island of Blackguard of Nagaron here. They're definitely surrounded, and they're going down one at a time, and they don't have much left. You see, we have got these Witch Elves, and they're also taken out. So there is not a lot of units. You see, if we take a look. I mean, there is not a lot of units left for me at the Dark Elves. We'll take his 267 units, and he's still got 673, so it's going to take some fancy footwork to get out of this. Lucky for me, he did bring Kroq-Gar back into the battle. He has cast Swiftness of Itzel on himself, but I've also, I think I've got Foe Seeker there, so we're going to keep this Dreadlord just chasing after Kroq-Gar. Kroq-Gar did see that those these Dark Shards are trying to fire in there, and I'm just trying to do everything I can at this time to take out Kroq-Gar. The armor piercing of these Dark Shards, I mean, look at those repeater crossbows they've got. They'll start firing in. And I've kind of got them separated, and we're just going to keep trying to bounce Kroq-Gar back and forth until at which time I think we may be able to get a kill animation here. Hopefully we get one. This Dreadlord is just fighting Kroq-Gar. Kroq-Gar's about 700 health, and I mean, this is going to be so important. I mean, look at them. Kroq-Gar just sent me flying. Oh man, but we're going to dive in there. Kroq-Gar's now got 200 health. And this is pretty much all I've got going for me here. If we can take Kroq-Gar out, maybe my units can rally and take out some of these, weaker Lizardmen units. Oh, look at that! Kroq-Gar is down, and so is Grymloq. They're taking off. He's been knocked off, and that is going to give us a little bit of a swing. But we are still down. We only have 190 troops. Is 560, and so we're just going to have to keep bringing all these troops in from the edges. You'll see here that we have got the cold ones to come in here, and he actually has routed. He's taken some good army losses, and I think with the charges from all the different directions, and plus the loss of the Lord, he is going to rout off for a little bit. Not all of his units have routed though. You'll see here, he's still got this Bastiladons fighting, and I'm actually taking some pretty good damage on my Dreadlord here. But we do not want to lose the Dreadlord. I think that's the only thing I've got going for me. So we're just trying to kind of gather our units back up, because we don't really have much left. If we look over here, I mean, you'll see there was some Dark Shards over there, but other than that, it's just kind of these 2 units of spears. We've got a couple unit of halberds here. We've got my dragon, which is, I have to say, I mean, the dragon is so cool that he is not anything weak. And just put that together with the the temple, or the Black Guard here, and then we've got the Cold One Knights in there. So between all of that, I mean, we're just kind of slowly killing off these Lizardmen units that remain. You see, he's kind of got this Bastiladon routed off, and so I'm going to go ahead and keep trying to just cycle charge this Dreadlord right in here, and just punish the fact that a lot of his units are kind of over here in the distance. Now, for me, since I've just got such a few number of units remaining, I really want to kind of get whichever units are off on the edges here, and I want to take them and hit them as hard as I can until hopefully we can actually shatter them off the field. You'll see, since we actually can't control these units, though, they're just going to charge right into the front line. So we've got some Cold One Knights charging into a bunch of units of Saurus and Skinks there, the cohorts that are remaining. But we're just I'm gonna try to get my Dreadlord in the back here, and I really want to take out this Saurus, this Bastiladon. So if I'm able to take him out, I think that should probably take off any healing, and that'll make it so I'm able to rout off the remaining of these infantry units. Look at that! That is such a cool attack animation from that Black Dragon, and you see me put Foe Seeker on here, and he's gonna chase down and kill another big dragon unit. Oh, look at that! He caught him from behind. You'll see the units, the Skinks topple off the top there, and he's gonna go down, and that leaves me, I think I've got 40 units remaining to 400. So luckily for me, we do have we still got this assassin in the back. He is fighting some of these and he's using his range attacks there, you see, to fight these Saurus with shields. But overall, I mean, there's just such a small number of units remaining. We do have these Dreadlords still fighting on the ground. I mean, we're not completely out of infantry units. We've, it's kind of routed off my Dark Shards that were remaining. We did have these Black Guard that were remaining. They may come back, but luckily for me, this dragon is just really, really beefy, and there's not really a lot left to take him out. We have managed to shatter off a lot of these units. I think that I'm not sure that the Temple Guard are remaining. I don't believe that we have these Temple Guard remaining anymore. I haven't seen them around. I think I was able to focus them down. So I'm not sure that there's many units left that are going to be able to take out this this flying black dragon. So even though I thought I was going to lose it, the fact that we were able to take out his legendary lord, we were able to knock Kroq-Gar off of Grymloq there. We were able to take out that skink early. We were able to kill the Battlecast. I think it left this this remaining, even though it's a numerous army. I think that these lizardmen just don't quite have the leadership to be able to fight it out, to take it out in victory. Especially a lot of these units that are remaining are skinks, which, you know, they've only got the 20 melee attack. They've only got, you know, 25 weapon strength, so they're not really going to be able to do much damage. You see there that Dreadlord's not really taking much damage at all. And we're just going to be charging through and just, you know, trying to kill as many Saurus. And we've got some Saurus in there too. We've got some skinks. Trying to support our final units of Dread Spears there. I think we're down to 13 units remaining. We do have this Blackguard. It's returning. And you know, I just I wish I had a breath spell or something I could just toss across all these units and end it, but no, we're just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna try to get my legendary lord back here. I'm gonna reinforce this group of Blackguard, and all I want to do is just take the last of these units out. It is still 50-50. You see, we've got 30 seconds left. It's such a close battle. Oh man, I did not mean to get. Look at those corpses everywhere. You see the Blackguard are actually holding their own. They're allowing this this Dreadlord to get in the back here. He's still busting through skinks. He's busting through Saurus. He's able to just kind of rout off, I think, the terror and the fear, and the army losses finally got to them all. You see these triumphant Blackguard of Nagaron still remaining here on the field. We've got our Lord there. And it was just a great close game. If you look here, you see we were able to get 210 kills with the Dreadlord. You see my sorcerers, he was actually able to take him right off the field, right off the bat. And that was actually a real big disappointment for me. Luckily for me, I was still able to keep my Canine Assassin in. He was able to get a good 50 kills. So for his cost, he was able to kind of, you know, was able to keep the left side pretty strong. And, you know, I think for the cost, he's able to do a lot. Besides that, we were able to get the Dread Spears in the front there. They got taken down pretty quickly, as did these Witch Elves, but the Witch Elves were able to do their duties. So they really kept his units in the middle there fighting. We were able to keep the Battlecast. We were able to knock down those Temple Guards pretty quickly, and that was just really helpful. The Blackguard of Nagaron, really, this group, I think, right here, and this group here, 163 and 115, they were really the stars of the show, put together with those 165 on the Cold One Knights and 210 on the Dreadlord. All these units here, they were just made to let these big boys shine. So it was just an overall, it was a great battle, and we were really able to do what we wanted with those elite units, thanks to the, you know, the crowd control of these Witch Elves and just the fodder of the Dread Spears. So for my opponent here, you see Kroq-Gar got 73 kills. It was so important that we were able to take him out, because just in that short period of time he was around, he was able to get a ton of kills. Besides that, I don't think, since we were able to get the Dreadlord right on top of that Skink Priest, I do not think that he was able to even get off one cast. It was important to get that Skink Priest off. We didn't have to fight a... I think if we had to, you know, to fight a Manicore, we probably would have lost that battle. You see here, he got tons of kills across those skink cohort. They were able to get in, surround all my units, and they were just doing major damage mixed in with those Saurus warriors. But overall, I was able to carry the day just with these elite units that I think it was hard for most of his Saurus and skinks. It was hard for him to cut through their armor. And, you know, just the sheer charging ability of that Black Dragon was just awesome to behold. So it was a great game to my opponent TC. I want to thank you guys all so much for watching. This is BlackIron, and this has been another one of BlackIron's battles.